Hi all, this is Bunbury from Brandywine, and I want to give you a quick review of the legendary system. Even though this is not a new character, I do want to create a little video for those who have no idea what they're doing in the world of legendary items. So let's take a look. First and foremost, you'll need a legendary item, which means you have started Moria, and the classic level for that is level 50. Believe it or not, if you don't know this, you can get the quests and complete them earlier. Of course, you do have to be strong enough to actually not die during the quests. And I think it's like 4 levels below that you can get it. I don't quote me on that, but anywho,
What business have you with the
you will
Rotary?
need a legendary item. So I'm going to grab a new legendary item from the auction house. A lot of people aren't aware of how many items are available in the auction house. So I just type in my class name and then the level range at which I want my legendary item to be, and I want 85. And there's a lot of really inexpensive stuff often. I'm going to go by unit, I'm going to sort by unit buyout, and I'm just going to get something really inexpensive. When you first find a legendary item, it will look like this, with this little magnifying glass, and that means we haven't identified it yet. We haven't unlocked its secret potential. After you do, that magnifying glass will be gone, and you will have these icons here, and if you hover over them, hover over the actual item itself, towards the bottom, I can't move the mouse or it'll all go away, but towards the bottom there it says legacies. Those little icons, these little icons, represent the legacies. And here we have 3 legacies: Rallying Cry cooldown, Valiant Strike, Morale Return, and a percentage for melee skill healing. And each of these are tier 3, and we'll talk about how to know what different tiers are directly. But let's go through the whole process step by step. And again, I'm buying an item, so we'll just buy this one. It's cheap. Cool. Great. I bought it. Go to the mail, pick it up. Gracious, I have other things to pick up later. Fun times. Alright, next I need to go and identify this item. So let's hop on our horse real quickly. Now on the map, again, just for those who have no idea, this is the icon you're looking for. You're looking for a Relic Master and a Forge Master. Your Relic Master allows you to combine relics, and we'll talk about the whole relic system directly. And the Forge Master allows me to either identify an item, or once I have an item and I'm starting to level it up, I will need to reforge it. So here we are. And this is the legendary store here in Wildermore. So let's go inside and see what we find. Happily, you'll always find these guys in 2s, so you're never going to, at least I haven't found anywhere where you're going to have to run around looking for a Forge Master when you only found a Relic Master. So the first part of the process, again, is the Forge Master. I need to
welcome, friend.
I need to right click on him, and I have all of the different items, legendary items, listed here that are in my inventory that I need to, or that I can identify. So it does have a cost associated with it. The higher the level, the higher the cost for strictly identifying an item. This is good to know if you're just getting legendary items, and the only reason you're piling them up is to deconstruct them. It can get really costly if you're buying the higher level items. So usually I go for the lower level items. This is a level 85, as you can see by hovering over it. But I actually want to equip this and possibly use it. So I'm going to identify the item. And once I level an item up, actually this one's pretty decent. But once I start leveling this item up, every 10 levels, think of it kind of like its own character. Every 10 levels, I need to come back and reforge, and it will either give me a new a legacy to add to this legendary item, or it will give me the option sometimes to upgrade one of these legacies. So here's how this looks. And I'm going to open up the legendary item panel here by clicking Shift I. So here are the legendary items that I currently have. Notice I don't have any slots available, so I'm going to need to get rid of one of them. And I'll get rid of this guy. So for every side that you see on these symbols, that represents the number or the tier of your legacy. So here I have a tier 2 because I have 1, 2 sides. Here's a tier 5 because it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. Here's a tier 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth. I don't think I have any with a tier 1 at the moment. You do have a tier 6. Here's a tier 6. And obviously the higher the tier for each of these, the better. And what that means is if I have a higher tiered legacy, it's going to cost me fewer points. It's going to cost me fewer points to upgrade this legacy. And you get these points by leveling the item up. So for example, I have on this guy 566 points available. Now here I have, if I hover over this, it says that I can rank it up. I have to close out of this. I can rank this legacy up for 14 points. Whereas if I have another item, or another legacy, excuse me, that this one's a tier 5, it only costs 4 to do the exact same thing. So you really want to focus on not just getting the highest rating for these legacies, but also you want to make sure that whatever skills you use the most, for example, I do heal a lot, so I need to level this up a lot. So this is actually a pretty good one for me because it allows my rallying cry to be more powerful. So let's rank it up, and I'll say yes. And now we can see that when I have this item equipped, that's giving me 2.75% more healing from using the rallying cry skill. If I rank it up again, it goes on even further. Hover over the top of the actual legacy to see all of the options and how much it's going to cost. You can actually calculate how much it's going to cost in total. For rank 4, it's going to be 9. Rank 5 is 12. Notice that they get higher and higher as you go on. Some of these pricing structures are a little inconsistent. For example, I don't know that I have an example here right off top, but some of these cost a lot more than another legacy, and often that, I think, has to do with sometimes how useful it is and how excited they think players will be about using a specific tier. Therefore, it's a little more expensive if it's a really fantastic legacy. So you can, as I mentioned beforehand, as you're leveling these up, you can actually change the tiers to be higher by upgrading them.